Midnight, Lima airport, and another European is found attempting to smuggle out cocaine. 4 kilos with a street value of some £500,000 in London. He faces up to 15 years in jail and the drug will be destroyed. But there's plenty more where it came from. 500 miles northeast in the Amazon jungle, and every clearing here is devoted to the growth of the coca plant, producing hundreds of tons of cocaine for export a year. The police team arrive as part of a government eradication program. Coca can be harvested 4 times a year, and it provides welcome work and money for the locals here, where there's little else. The workers have fled by the time the team pull the roots out from the rich soil. So why the guns?
En esta zona tenemos organizaciones de traficantes de droga.
The drug trafficking gangs are still here. They have weapons and the means to attack us. This is why these men need protection.
They move on to makeshift laboratories, hidden in the thick jungle, equipped with all the ingredients for cocaine production. Dry coca leaves and petrol crushed by foot to make the paste, and then acid to produce the powder for the foreign market.
Lo que pasa, nosotros hace poco estuvimos en Londres.
We went to London recently for a meeting with your serious crime squad to exchange information, because we believe that some of the drugs from Peru are coming into the UK.
There were apparently 15 locals working in dangerous and uncomfortable conditions. They earn more here than they would get from any other crop, but they won't be coming back. They then target the illegal airstrips, which they blow up to prevent light aircraft from collecting the cocaine at night, to fly to Bolivia, Brazil or Paraguay, from where it goes on to Europe. It's noisy, it's dramatic, but is it effective? For every one narco airstrip, as they call it here, that is destroyed by the Peruvian police, there are a dozen more in the area which remain operational. Which is just one reason why critics say that tackling the problem of drugs in Peru like a military operation is not working.
This is not a military problem. One of the few things that we have learned in the last 30 years is that this can't be understood as a war.
Ricardo Soberon was fired from the country's top drugs job because, he claims, they don't want to hear what he has to say.
We need to talk in economic, social terms. For those who had been excluded, the drug business is the way of being part of the globalized economy in the world.
Certainly, the arrival of the international drug gangs has boosted the economy near the cocoa-growing areas where towns are now filled with clubs, and the girls say business is good.
The coca workers treat us well. They give us presents and they invite us to dinner.
The police don't pay us as much.
Whole communities, from growers to hookers, now depend on the cocaine, which needs to get out of the country to bring money back in. There are plenty of drug mules willing to oblige. A flight from the cocoa-growing areas in the north arrives in the capital, Lima. Back in the airport terminal, the 25-year-old Spaniard disembarks and checks in again for a flight to Madrid. But the dogs are on patrol tonight and detect narcotics in his case. The cocaine has been packed by professionals who recruited him in Amsterdam and paid him 10,000 euros to carry the 4 kilos that will sell for 50 times that amount in Spain. It was a moment of madness, he tells me, and I now face years in jail. But even the police here admit that 90% of the mules get through. Gavin from South Africa, who was caught with 3 kilos, has served his prison term, but can't leave Peru without paying a fine, and he's been living rough on the beach. Thinking back on his arrest, he believes he was set up.
I was a small fish. That's why they were waiting for me. And I know this from many people that have been caught for narco trafficking. They let the small fish get caught on purpose to distract the officials, so that the guy that's got a large amount of drugs, he gets through. It's all inside jobs. I mean, they've got people in the police, they've got people at the airports, they've got people in organized crime. All of them are on the payroll.
Visiting day at the prisons, which are filled with drug users and mules, the small fish. If a drug baron gets put in here, he can usually buy an official pardon to get out quickly. Conditions are tough, especially for foreigners who don't have family to bring them food.
I was forced to take these bags in my luggage.
Yeah.
Michaela McCollum and Melissa Reed, both from the UK, who were recently arrested at Lima airport for trying to smuggle 11 kilos of cocaine to Spain, are in one of the worst prisons, according to Nicole, who served her term in 3.
It's very thin, cramped, no? And you have not air to breathe there, really. You feel like a rat in a cage. It's very hard for these girls.
After their latest appearance in court, their lawyer said they might be offered a reduced term if they give the police information. Nicole advises them not to.
This is a very, very dangerous business. He can kill me in the jail. So I never say the names, I never say anything. I say it's my fault, my things. It's very dangerous you say the name, and your sentence don't go less when you say something. It's a lie.
Nicole also can't get home to Germany and lives in a convent where the nuns are looking after increasing numbers of former prisoners who were caught trying to get drugs to Europe, now the biggest market for Peruvian cocaine. Back in the Amazon basin, Matilda Ramirez is a small farmer who was forced to give up growing coca by the eradication program.
Yes, coca is profitable. It paid enough money for all my needs. Now I grow cocoa and bananas, and it is not enough to feed my family, let alone send them to school.
Many farmers move on to grow coca in areas the eradicators haven't yet reached. Drug experts say that cocaine production can only be tackled by helping the small farmer.
I think that we should think on paying directly to them for every single gram of cocaine that is not produced by them. A kind of a health preventive tax that should be paid by European countries, and that will significantly improve the livelihood of thousands of peasants that are now involved in this economy.
But the choppers were in action again today. The eradication program in Peru gets 4 times as much money as that given to farmers to develop alternative crops. A senior police officer here admitted that trying to stop cocaine production this way is like trying to catch the wind.